What's happening, everybody? This is Hugo Mendez, and welcome to episode 0 of the Dig Deep podcast. On this very first episode of the Dig Deep podcast, which is technically not an episode because I'm not going to interview anybody today, I thought I would just give you a quick introduction, tell you a little bit more about myself, your host. What do you think? Promise you it's going to be short, only 5 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for a 5 minute, and here we go. All right. So my name is Hugo Mendez. I was born and raised in Lima, Peru. Fun fact about my name, it's pronounced Hugo, but you can call me Hugo, that's okay. I moved to the U.S. almost 15 years ago because came here to get my MBA or Master's in Business Administration. You see, that was part of this path that I wanted to follow to work and develop a career in corporate America. So I did that for 10 years. I worked for several companies for a period of 10 years. My background was in brand management and marketing. But you know what? As a person, I'm a really passionate person. I have tons of energy. And honestly, I never really thought that I had that passion and energy for, all these different jobs that I had in these different companies. So, but to be honest, my beginning in entrepreneurship was not perfect. One day, I was just working for this company. One day, I was fired, and I was like, okay, what do I do next? And by that time, luckily, my wife had recently started a business, her own business with a friend. It was a business in the craft beer industry. So I joined them and I helped them to, to do all things marketing and strategy and sales. And yeah, I did that for 3 years. They ended up selling the company. So I was like, okay, what's next? And back then I knew that, I wanted to start my own thing. I wanted to pursue this path of entrepreneurship. I didn't know it was going to be as hard as it is, but, I knew that was my goal. So I first launched a brand called Boulder Training Mecca. And the goal of that brand was more like a video blog thing where, I wanted to share the adventures of a regular athlete, me, training and racing in Boulder, which is the Mecca of all things training, right? So Boulder Training Mecca. But after a year and a half, I don't know, I just realized that people could not relate to the name. It was hard for people to kind of relate to the name. So, I thought, okay, what can I do? What kind of name can I come up with so that people can relate to it? And that's how I thought about Dig Deep, because, it's very universal. We can all relate to that spirit of going through those dark moments to really finish what we started. So I launched the brand as an apparel brand in January 2017. I launched a line of trucker hats and t-shirts. So it's been a little over a year since I started the company. It's been an amazing adventure. I'm loving it, and I'm really, really excited about, its second year and taking it to the next level. And one of the things that I want to do this year is to put out more content, content that hopefully you will find useful and inspirational and motivational. And that's how, that's why I ended up launching this podcast, which, because I just really want to interview people that I find motivating. People from different backgrounds, from endurance athletes, professional athletes, entrepreneurs, regular people, but just people who really know how to dig deep. And when I talk about digging deep, I'm not just talking about racing or training, but I'm also talking about life, One day I was talking with a friend, and he said, you know what, my digging deep experience was battling and beating cancer. And that's kind of what opened my eyes. Like, okay, dig deep is something that's bigger than just endurance sports. So I really hope that you like this new series of super informal interviews. Once a week, I'm going to interview a different person. It's mostly going to be audio. Hopefully sometimes I'll do some video. But don't worry, I'm going to keep putting out content on video format. I'm going to keep doing my video blogs and several other fun things. So really looking forward to having you in the show. I invite you to sign up for a newsletter. And also, if you have any question, any feedback, anything, send me an email at hugo@digdeep.us. I would love to hear from you. Hope you like this new series of interviews, and welcome to the Dig Deep Podcast. Later.